Okay, so we've got this old Mission amplifier here. It's 1500 watt. It's not been looked after very well. It's been kept in quite a damp place, and it's got a bit of rust on it, and it's just very dirty. So we're going to take it apart, show you inside, and then clean it up. And then, if you stick around to the end of the video, we're going to have see exactly how much 1500 watts can do, if you know what I mean. Okay, so we've got it open now. It's actually surprisingly clean in here. There's like a couple of cobwebs and some dirt down here. But this is actually a really high quality amplifier. You can see the size of the bloody transformer in here, and just all of your power MOSFETs here, and this big heat sink that just goes straight through with the two fans. This thing, as you can probably imagine, is not light, what with this heat sink, this transformer, and it being made out of this like really thick steel. It's pretty damn heavy, but we're just gonna clean it up, and then we're just gonna give the outside a bit of a clean. Okay, so just gonna do a quick magic smoke test. Okay, power on, and there we go. Fans are working. Okay, so here we have our three victims, test subjects, sorry. So at the moment we've only got these two outer ones connected, then in a minute I'll connect the subwoofer and put it in bridge mode. Obviously these are just some cheapy car speakers. I think this was actually from a surround sound system in a theatre thing. But they're not going to sound very good because they're not in an enclosure, but you can see that the amp does work. So yeah, it doesn't sound very good just because they're not in an enclosure, but the amp does in fact work. Okay, so you can see I've got the amp turned up pretty high, and then over here you should be able to see this is how many watts it's using, so we're idling at about 34. So I'm just going to push play and turn it up and see how far these speakers will take.
Doing 200 watts!
Ooh, we're starting to get burnt. They're not liking that. That was 200 watts. Let's give her a little bit more. Let's come back off a bit on here. Okay, I'm going to stop there in fear of breaking the amp, but that was pushing 350 watts. No, 250, sorry. There is a very burnt smell, and yeah, they're quite warm. They didn't like that. I'm not going to blow the subwoofer up, but we'll see what that one does. Okay, so now I've got this subwoofer, and just for fun, in the centre is a little tiny Wi-Fi camera that doesn't work. So, yeah. That didn't last long, did it? Okay, so we've got a tone generator going now. So this is 4 Hz. And actually, this is a really good way to see how the bridge mode works. So you can see how each amp is doing a different part of the sine wave. So the left and the right channel are working together to form the sequence. So as we increase, that's 10 Hz. 20. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And then if we come all the way back down, let's just... Oh, I know, let's use a lithium battery, why not? Brilliant. Just to take a bit more of a in-depth look, I don't know a lot about this, I can only say what I can see, but if you know more, leave something down in the comments down below. But obviously your power comes in here, goes through a 10 amp fuse, and then there's like a power board here, and this is your power transformer. So there's actually a lot of taps on here, there's more than I would have thought. So each one of these will be like a different voltage between the two. Then this is presumably some sort of rectification. And then you've got some nice big capacitors here. These are, none of them are bulging yet by the looks of things, but these are 60 volts at 1200 microfarad. Then of course you've got a big heatsink here with all of your MOSFETs down the side. So presumably this is left and a right channel. And then the way these outputs work here, so you've got a left and a right channel, but you can also run them in bridged mode. So you can have stereo with two of them, or you can flip that switch there. And then what it does is it puts the two outputs and combines them together into one. So you have one output that's double the power of those two. So you can have 1500 watts on one speaker, or half that across two speakers. Now obviously most people will probably use two speakers, but if you've got like a really big subwoofer or something, you can run just one speaker on from 1 amp and then have a lot of power. And then of course you've got XLR and 3.5-inch jack, no, 6.5mm inputs. And then of course you can have a low pass filter, so if you were using it in stereo mode, you could cut out all the low frequencies so that you can hand that off to a sub and do that separately. Then of course you've got mono, stereo or bridged mode like we were saying here, and you can turn on a clip limit if you'd want. I haven't done a lot of work to it, I've really just removed the cobwebs and wiped it down really, but hopefully, yeah. That's probably going to conclude this video, bye!